News coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where the anti-terror operation continues in the Akhnoor sector. While security forces have neutralized one terrorist, the forces have lost a brave soldier. An Indian Army dog named Phantom died in the line of duty. The Indian Army has released a statement, and I quote, "As our troops were closing in on the trapped terrorist, Phantom drew enemy fire, sustaining fatal injuries. His courage, loyalty and dedication will never be forgotten." Those are the visuals on your screen of the brave Indian Army dog Phantom, who has died in the line of duty. And the message coming in from the Indian Army, they've released a statement, and I quote, "As our troops were closing in on the trapped terrorist, Phantom drew enemy fire, sustaining fatal injuries. His courage, loyalty and dedication will never be forgotten." Remember, one terrorist has been neutralized as the anti-terror operation continues in Akhnoor. I'm joined by my colleague Tejinder Singh Sodhi. So Akhnoor, the Indian Army paying tribute to one of its own, a brave soldier who died in the line of duty, also man's best friend.
Yes, Ashman, you see, the army has paid a tribute to one of its soldier, you can call him, the army dog named Phantom, who laid down his life while fighting shoulder to shoulder with the soldiers of the Indian Army, who are battling 3 to 4 terrorists in the Battal sector of Akhnoor. If you remember earlier this morning, the terrorists who were believed to be 3 to 4 in number, they targeted an army ambulance. They started indiscriminate firing towards the army ambulance. However, there was no casualty on the Indian Army side. After that, a massive manhunt was launched by the security forces, and after some time, the terrorists who were hiding in an area, we are told that the terrorists are hiding in a building, in the basement of a building adjacent to a temple, and the encounter started. The terrorists, they started firing towards the security forces, and in the retaliation, one terrorist has so far been eliminated, and the security forces believe that 2 to 3 terrorists are still hiding in the area. However, an army dog identified as Phantom also laid down its life while in this counter-terror operation. The dog, we are told, was a part of the attack team or assault. It was an assault dog, what we are told. It was born on 25th of May 2020. It was a male dog. The breed was Belgium Malinois, and it was commissioned. It was posted in this area on 12th of August 2022, and it was issued to the army from the RVC Center, Meerut. So, supreme sacrifice made by this dog while battling the terrorist. It was a combat dog, and the army paid its tribute to their fallen friend who was shoulder to shoulder with them fighting these terrorists. Right now, Ashman, the encounter has been halted because of the nightfall, but the entire area has been cordoned off. The BMVs have also been deployed by the army. The entire area is cordoned, and with the first light, the encounter will resume.
Absolutely.
The deployment is made in such a way that the terrorists are unable to escape from the spot. Earlier this morning, we also reported how national security commandos from the National Security Guard have also reached the encounter site, and they are assisting the army. They are also helping the army to eliminate these hiding terrorists. Yes, Ayushman.
Absolutely, and the bravery of this canine is coming to light. Where Tejinder, where as per the army statement, also he drew enemy fire to draw out the terrorists, so that the terrorists could be cornered by the forces on the ground as the heavy deployment continues on the ground. But clearly, the injuries that he sustained while fighting shoulder to shoulder with his brethren in the forces were too severe, and now he has lost his life in action. But clearly, the Indian forces paying tribute to this brave soldier. Even though he was a dog, he was a soldier of the Indian Army, and he's getting a fitting tribute from the forces.
Indeed, Ayushman, the army in a tweet has said that we salute the supreme sacrifice of our true hero, a valiant Indian Army dog named Phantom. As our troops were closing in on the trapped terrorist, Phantom drew enemy fire, sustaining fatal injuries. His courage, loyalty and dedication will never be forgotten. In the ongoing operation, one terrorist has been neutralized and warlike stores have been recovered thus far. So these dogs, these assault dogs of the Indian Army, they have played a major role in combating terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, and many such dogs, the canine friends of the Indian Army, they have also made supreme sacrifice in the line of duty. But the Indian Army salutes the sacrifice of these canines, and that is why the entire Indian Army has paid their homage to this fallen hero, a true friend of the Indian Army. Yes.
Right. Thank you, Tejendra, for joining us on the broadcast.